we've got the spreadsheet finished. I know some of you have already received it, and I am going to share with you how I intended its use. There's two main ways I've set it up. You can do it. One, you know your income, you can plug it in, and then you can disperse that income through your expenses and your savings and make sure that you don't spend all of your income. Or the way that I've done it, because we have our own companies and we pay ourselves, and that's my target audience are self-employed people that have a business and they're paying themselves. This will help you figure out how much you need to pay yourself. In this area, that is your monthly expenses, things that you know that are going to be recurring every single month. Your mortgage, your rent, your health insurance, any giving or charity that you do, your gardener, internet, groceries, gym, restaurants, all of those constantly monthly recurring items. Any of the things that aren't monthly, say your dentist, your medical expenses or personal care, kids allowance, pet allowance, gifts. We like to put money away for gifts. So if there's ever birthday parties or gifts for relatives that come up, those aren't happening every single month. So we like to prepare for those in the savings account. Our savings account is a high yield savings account. Some of the stuff that I've talked about in the past, the way to have it working is as you spend the money, say we're in January, you're going to come in here and say you bought gifts for family. You're going to come over to your category. I label that as reimbursable. It is not expenses that you're spending every single month from your expenses. It is from the savings account. So it's reimbursable. You're paying for it with either credit cards, your checking account, however you want to pay for it. But say that was the gifts and the amount is $400. So now you see over here, you've got a $400 negative. It is in the red. And the way to clear that is to reimburse yourself from your savings. Say a couple of days later, you went into your bank account and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot. I did spend $400 on those gifts. I need to reimburse myself from the savings. You would put gifts. We would label that reimbursement, and then almost forgot, this is technically negative $400. And then you come down here and you would put $400 reimbursed from my savings. It clears out your red of the reimbursable. I've created it so that the reimbursables will roll over every month. So if you don't pay them off in January or whatnot, it'll roll over to the next month so you can still pay it off in that next month, just to make sure your books are staying organized throughout the year. And say you have another expense and you have not your income, but you have an actual expense that you know would have been coming up, and it's your gym membership is $99. It would be negative $99. That shows up right here in your gym. As you create your categories over here in your budget, it will automatically populate over here. As for the savings, we'll keep track of all of the savings that you've been spending also. The reason I want to keep track of the savings is that you can see over here on the graph, it'll show you monthly throughout the year what your average spending was. So right now you've got your $400 that was spent on savings in the month of January. And then you've got your $99 that was spent on actual expenses right here in the month of January. As you go through, you'll be able to see how it flows. You'll see the months where you spent a lot more in the savings and expenses and your ups and downs and all that fun stuff. The spending gauge here is going to show you how much of your income that you've spent. So right now I've evened it out so that the income total is $8,645, and you'll see that the full spending for your expenses and your savings is $8,645. So if I went down here and say deleted the $200 in the savings spending, you'll see that it is not 100%. Ideally, you want to get this all the way up to 100%. And if it's not, like I've done here, you come down to the savings, and that last little bit of money that you have left over from your income or what you want to deposit into your account from your business, you would make it get all the way up so that you're at 100%. I know it makes sense in my mind. It will be helpful to get questions from you so I can help explain it to everybody. If you haven't already, please use the link below, check it out, Thanks for watching, and all of you that have already purchased, I really appreciate it. I'm pretty excited about this.